Hey everybody, welcome back to Booming with Bella. I am your host, Isabella Lainez, and I'm sorry, can we just take a moment? If you're tuning in to YouTube, I got a brand new camera. It is one of the Sony ZV-1F cameras, so it's pretty good for, the quality's amazing. You guys, you guys were getting some pretty nasty videos from me. This is amazing. I'm obsessed. If I check myself out during this episode, please forgive me, but you see this. This is awesome. Best big girl purchase I have made so far. Actually, this is up there with my Coop pillow that I bought. I bought the Coop Eat and Cool cutout pillow that's designed for side sleepers. I'm obsessed with it. It's literally amazing. If you can hear the dogs, I am sorry. We have a fox that lives in the neighborhood along with a herd of deer. So whenever they run past the house in the front yard or the backyard, the dogs go absolutely ballistic. Nala has beef with this one German Shepherd. He literally lives across the street. So whenever his family lets him out in the yard, they start barking like crazy, and he could be out in the yard and she could be in this house, and they're communicating, we think. Anyway, so I'm sorry about that. But it's crazy because she's literally been quiet all day. Make sure you're following at Booming with Bella everywhere, at Isabella with 2 A's, L-A-I-N-E-Z everywhere, and that you subscribe, follow along, do what you gotta do, give us a good review, 5-star rating to push Booming with Bella out to more people. Also tune into the blog. I wrote a really, I was kind of proud of it when I was writing it, my piece on Debí tirar más fotos, and I've gotten some really cute feedback, so that warms my heart when you guys send me things, or when someone sees something that I do or that I posted and you're like, by the way, you sent me song recs 8 years ago, I still listen to those songs, or by the way, that piece really spoke to me. Just the kinds words mean so much to me, makes my life. They're little moments of reassurance where I'm what am I doing? And then I get a comment or two randomly from people that I don't even really talk to, just kind of in my DMs, and I'm wow, okay. Welcome to Booming with Bella. So, if I seem more lively, I think it's the camera's doing. I'm gonna be so serious. Something about a good quality camera where it makes me look good that I just turn on, baby. We're gonna talk about JoJo's EP, NGL or Not Gonna Lie. We're gonna talk about this because it's January, still January, and not a lot of music has dropped. And some has, Lil Baby dropped Wham, but I'm not so much of a Lil Baby fan anymore. I kind of felt a lot of his music was sounding the same, and I know that's a big critique that he has. But a lot of things have not been dropping. There have been little singles here and there, but nothing's been able to come for Bad Bunny's neck at the top of the charts. Honestly, I haven't been able to stop listening. Genuinely, there's a few albums that I've posted on Booming with Bella on Instagram. Otis Kane's album I really, really like. There's been a few singles here and there, but I haven't really seen much talk online about anything other than Debí tirar más fotos, but now also JoJo's EP. I feel maybe it's just my Twitter feed especially, but I'm seeing a big conversation amongst it just about how underrated she has been as an artist this entire time. The little clips where she's clearly paying homage to Aaliyah in her current music videos, but also back in the day, when she was first coming up on the scene, she was still paying homage to Aaliyah, and just more people recognizing her vocal abilities. So we're going to talk about JoJo's Not Gonna Lie. I have mentioned one of the songs on this podcast before. I talked about Porcelain, and I talked about how it blew me away because of the Jersey Club and Fusion, the pop that sample, like it was just so random, but it worked so well. And then on top of that, there's these beautiful lyrics about like finding yourself, breaking out of a depression or just a low point in life and kind of like coming out on the other side. And it's just a fun anthem. The EP is 8 songs in total, 22 minutes, and I definitely have like clear favorites. If you had asked me in October, it was Porcelain. But right now, my favorites are Ready to Love, Start Over, and One Last Time. Like those last 3. Now, I love this I think this EP is just a really strong piece, but there are some things that I noticed about some of the songs, and when like low-key, when I have those thoughts, I'm like, wow, okay, so I am like legit knowledgeable. And also, like, it makes me feel inspired and that I want to get on the podcast and talk about this with you. So we'll kind of go track for track. Okay. The first one, Off Again, it's just her vocalizing. It's literally 22 seconds. Following that is Nobody, and that's a song that I do like. That song is, I would say, more groovy, like groovy R&B. There's definitely some 70s influence behind that one. That one is just like a good fun bop. It's about like loving yourself, self-love, and just like, she has a line where she's like, I've been humble way too long. When they ask who gonna love me like me, nobody. Nobody's gonna love me like me. Settle and don't make sense. Yeah, I said what I meant. So it's just kind of like an anthem in a way. Like I said, very groovy, very vibey, very 70s R&B influenced. So that's a good track. Then we have Too Much to Say. Now, I feel like if I were to pick a least favorite song on the album, it would be this one. I just feel like it's very catchy. It's very catchy. I will give it that. But I don't know, like I just felt like she wanted to belt, but she didn't. And like it's cute. It's a good song. But it's definitely, if I was to rank all these, it would be number 8 on my list. Then we have Porcelain. So that one lyrically I think is really beautiful, and I'll come back to that comment because on a track further down it's kind of like solidifies. You'll kind of understand that a little bit more, but I love Porcelain because of the Pop That sample and the Jersey Club. I think out of like over this, I think one thing that this EP definitely did was it showed JoJo's ability to be versatile and diversify like the type of instrumentals she uses and how she experiments with R&B, keeps everything very R&B centered, but adds a little flair here and there to really like show you like what she's capable of. Going off that, Ready to Love is my favorite. The best part about this 3-track run, Ready to Love, Start Over, and One Last Time, is like they're all kind of parallels. Ready to Love and One Last Time, the first verses are like almost mirrors. Ready to Love is the one where the clip from the music video is what I'm seeing the most on Twitter, like going kind of viral. I love this lyrically. I feel like this was the R&B that we are used to in 2025, but still has some elements of like 2010 R&B, 2020 R&B even. This one's my favorite. It's just catchy. It's a good vibe. The lyrics, they tell a story. They're really empowering almost. And I can't get like the choreography from the music video like out of my head. That music video, she also pays homage to Aaliyah. I would say this is the song that people are gravitating towards the most, myself included. We have Start Over, and I feel like, Ready to Love, I think really showcases her ability to layer her vocals. I definitely noticed that, I guess, amongst Ready to Love, Start Over, and One Last Time, but I definitely noticed it amongst Start Over. Start Over is all layering, and it sounds beautiful. The way she's harmonizing with herself, the melodies, brilliant. One Last Time is probably the most like true R&B, very reminiscent of 90s R&B. I would say this, she showcases her vocals a lot, especially towards the back half of the song. It's like, damn, this girl JoJo can sing. To go back to Start Over, I would say she shows her vocal range more. Or like she plays around with it. The different, like the highs, the lows, she plays around with it and Start Over. But then like she really shows her range. She goes for runs on One Last Time. Then we have Porcelain Reimagined. So this is when you like really get to sit and take in the lyrics of Porcelain and what she wrote. And it is beautiful. And her voice, like, because obviously this song is just her, the piano, and it sounds like it's a one take kind of thing, but it's just her singing. And the lyrics hit you like so much harder and you're like, wow. If you want to really grasp the message of what she's trying to say in Porcelain, the message of healing, the message of, you know, coming out of a dark place, realizing that, you know, this too shall pass, Porcelain's Reimagined is the song for you to like, I mean, you might cry. It would definitely be a good song for you to add to your like Phoenix Rising Out of the Ashes playlist. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying that. Anyways, so that's pretty much it. 22 minutes. It's really super short. Like I said, if you're more of a ballad person, there's Porcelain Reimagined for you. If you're more of like a poppy kind of person, there's the Porcelain, there's Nobody, there's Too Much to Say. If you are an R&B person, like through and through, there's Ready to Love, Start Over, One Last Time. I do want to take this moment to call out the fact that JoJo does not make any money if you stream the original version of Too Little Too Late, but she re-recorded like Taylor Swift did. But I think maybe even prior to Taylor Swift doing that, she re-recorded it in 2018. She re-recorded Too Little Too Late and Leave Get Out. Those are two of her biggest hits. I don't think she recorded like the whole albums. I'm hoping maybe one day she will. She doesn't make any money off of The High Road 2006 or JoJo 2004, so you have to stream the 2018 versions of those songs in order for JoJo to actually see the money. She also got screwed over by her record label. And now that I'm looking through her discography, I remember I was obsessed with Mad Love in 2016, so I can give you a couple recs right there. F Apologies with Wiz Khalifa, I loved. Fab with Remy Ma, I loved. Good Thing, I loved. And I want to say I also really liked Clover's I Am in High Heels, but don't quote me on that. Good Thing is a song that I still listen to this day. She has a couple other songs or albums and EPs out that I'm definitely going to tune into. I think you should too. Good to Know from 2020 and December Baby, also 2020. That's a holiday EP. And then Trying Not to Think About It 2021. That was another EP that people are saying that since we got Not Gonna Lie, they're going back and listening to that. So yeah, JoJo. Miss JoJo, Miss Joanna, our girl from Aquamarine. I've also been like on a big Whitney Houston deep dive. What happened was I was scrolling on things to watch on Netflix because I finished Ugly Betty and I was like, I'm not in the mood to start a new show, but like, what do I watch? So I ended up watching the Whitney Houston documentary that came out, I believe also in 2018. And because it was like, it's gonna leave at the end of January. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch. So then that had me going back through like a Whitney phase. I was listening to her music all weekend long. And then I remembered that there's like a video of like Whitney Houston co-signing JoJo. So that's pretty legit. That's essentially all I wanted to talk to you guys about. This wonderful little EP of JoJo's. I loved it. I definitely am gonna have Start Over, Ready to Love, and I think like One Last Time is growing on me more and more, but definitely Start Over and Ready to Love are my two favorites. On repeat a little bit more, but I definitely like noticed the technicalities, the layering of her vocals, the melodies that she was choosing, the way she was able to harmonize with herself, which songs were more like lyrically driven. Like I said, Porcelain, One Last Time, Ready to Love, and Too Much to Say. The influences of like different factors of R&B or the way R&B has evolved throughout throughout decades and time. She got a little 70s in there, got a little 90s, 2000s, current. All of that is clearly influenced within this EP and the instrumentals. Technically the genre on the EP is pop, but I would say it leans more towards R&B in my opinion. If I were to give this a rating on a scale of 10, I would give it like an 8.5. Yeah. I think that's good for this. That's really all I have for you today. I wanted to keep it short and sweet because I know I've been yapping your ear off lately, and I also don't have a lot of storage left on the platform that I used to input my RSS feeds. So anyways, happy whatever day it is that you're listening to this. And I hope if you're watching on YouTube, like, you're as happy as I am that we have a new camera, because I mean, like, this is amazing. Anyways, and if you're listening to the audio version, hey, special shout out to you as well, don't worry. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to follow at Booming with Bella on all platforms, all social media. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe wherever you're listening, whether it be Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever. Leave me a 5-star rating, and Booming with Bella a 5-star rating, so we can help push Booming with Bella out to more people, grow this little community of ours. And make sure also, I'm posting, like, with everything going on with TikTok, I just don't care anymore. Same honestly with Instagram, I don't care anymore. So I'm just posting whatever. I'm kind of treating them both like how I treated Snapchat. Instagram obviously like a little bit more aesthetically, but I kind of just, I don't care. So I'm posting like video clips of me like listening to music or whatever, or certain songs on my personal TikTok as well. So that's at Isabella with 2 A's, L-A-I-N-E-Z. And then on my personal Instagram, I'm kind of collaborating a lot in the posts with Booming with Bella, so you can follow both. You'll just see more like family content and me traveling content as well, in addition to Booming with Bella stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you so soon. Again, I have another episode that I'm working on, so you'll be fed. Bye.